What's up, guys? Probably nobody watching. I'm going live because I'm rendering a short film over here, and I have some time on my hands, and I'm going through some boxing news. This is live right now. It's Friday, 5:56 p.m. I hope you can hear me. This would be ridiculous if nobody could hear me. I'm not quite sure. I'm still new at this live streaming stuff. So, yeah, I'm checking out the boxing news. Let me pull this up real quick. I'm looking at Robert Guerrero versus Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia is undefeated, but I felt he lost in Puerto Rico. I mean, that's one of the things that where I lost my whole vibe for boxing, because stuff like this goes on, and we're watching as boxing fans. I'm talking to the real fans out there that really know what's going on. And you're watching a match like Danny Garcia when he fought that guy over in his home in Puerto Rico. And of course, he's Puerto Rican, and that's his hometown, and that's all good stuff like that. But the dude lost. He was beat by a guy. I forget the guy's name. I'm looking at his record right here. I think it was Aaron Martinez. I'm not quite sure, actually, to be honest. But anyway, he lost that fight. Garcia lost that fight. So he's fighting Garcia. Garcia's fighting Guerrero. Sorry if I look distracted. It's because I am. I'm looking around at all these features, and I'm really live. I'm looking at what to talk about. And I'm looking at Robert Guerrero in his last fight. Robert Guerrero is now 32 years old. 32 years old. I like Robert Guerrero. And Danny Garcia is going to fight him, what is it, tomorrow, actually. He's a southpaw. And Robert Guerrero, I saw in his last fight, I was really alarmed because he usually has a granite chin. He's been in there with Floyd. If you don't know who Robert Guerrero is, he's in there with a lot of tough guys. He's really he's got a stellar record. Keith Thurman he lost to. Came back and he won against – sorry, that was – I'm reading Guerrero's record about Aaron Martinez. My bad. Anyway, so Guerrero went down. The guy knocked him down in like early rounds, and the guy didn't even look like he got hit with a hard punch. And I'm looking at Guerrero. I'm like, wow, this guy's shot worn. His age is catching up. Because if you don't watch a lot of boxing, I will have you know, 32 is young in real life. But in the boxing years, no way. That's why Klitschko lost, by the way, incidentally. I talked about that before the fight. If he turns 40 that night, I said he would look 60, and he did. But Guerrero and Garcia is an interesting match. It's going to probably be exciting because Guerrero goes for it. But what concerned me was that, like I said, Guerrero went down so easily. So I think if Danny Garcia catches him right, he's going to really beat Guerrero up. He's only 27 years old. He's still a fresh fighter. If anyone's going to outbox Danny Garcia or beat him, it could be Guerrero, but I don't think so because now he's 32. And like I said, when I mess a lot of predictions up, talking about predictions, we got to talk about the Showtime Street Contest. I'll get to that in a minute. But Robert Guerrero and Danny Garcia, I just think I lost my train of thought. I think Robert Guerrero is going to actually probably lose to Danny Garcia because he's shot-born, he's much older, he's got a lot of wear and tear on him. And Danny Garcia, who beat Paulie Malignaggi, who's on the older side of his career, that was expected. He beat a lot of good fighters. Mauricio Herrera. I think that was the guy who that fight. Yes, that's the fight that took place in Puerto Rico. All right. I'm redeeming myself right now by looking at the record here. That was the fight. Mauricio Herrera beat Danny Garcia. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is, and he got robbed. So when I'm looking at Garcia one fight loss, not officially, but in my mind over here. But I'm just saying, I think Robert Guerrero is going to get beat by Garcia, possibly stopped because he's older. And that's where a lot of the predictions go wrong when fighters start to age. Because you think of them, okay, wow, when they're younger, you just think of the name like a Cotto versus Alvarez. I'm thinking, wow, Cotto's going to win because Alvarez isn't all that to me. He's hyped up. But you're going to be wrong on those fights because you got an older fighter and you don't know if age is going to hit him that night. Sounds like a lame excuse, but it's just a fact. These guys get old. And if you want to compare the fantasy matchups when they're both in their prime, that's a different story. But unfortunately, fighters age a lot quicker than anybody else in sports, in my opinion, when they're getting hit in the head because you get a lot of head trauma. By the way, I don't know anything else about any other sports. Football, I don't watch that stuff. But these guys age pretty quick, and you can judge that by the fights they've been in and the shots they take. And Robert Guerrero's been in there with a lot of guys. So I just want to talk about something else real quick. Showtime boxing, show streak. If you go back a couple of videos of mine, if you're interested, I got up to the 14th prediction. I got a prize, which was a poster I have back there somewhere at the 5th. I got the 5th prediction right, and I show it all in the edited video. I'll show you that I actually did this. So I got 14 right now. All I wanted was the boxing gear. At 14 fights, you have to go on a streak. You cannot get one wrong or it'll get reset back to 0 fights. You got to start all over. They resurrected the contest, guys. So if you're a Showtime subscriber, I suggest you get in on it. Right now, because the Deontay Wilder fight the other night, I picked Wilder to win, and I got in on that. I missed the undercard because it was like that. It was so quick. I didn't realize they resurrected the contest. I just looked as soon as it started pop up on the screen, and I was watching on tape already. I was on the undercard, so I was a couple minutes back from the live fight. Anyway, I got in on it. I got one streak so far for this new year. I think some fights are going on tonight. I'm going to have to study and see who I can pick. But Showtime is messed up. Let me tell you why. I'm glad they're doing a contest again. They changed the streak. They changed the prizes. Before, you get 5 right, you get a poster. 15, which I was one shy of, and you get that Showtime workout gear. You get a hoodie, a T-shirt, and a bag. I wanted that more than a glove. At 25 fights would get you a signed glove. I don't want that. Now they changed it. You got to get 10 fights right, 10 in a row on a streak to get a silly poster. That is very difficult. Then you have to get, I think it's 25 fights now. 25 fights predicted right will get you that workout gear. And forget the rest. I don't even want to get into the grand prize because that's just luck. I don't think anybody won the grand prize because with bad judging, you're going to have to get lucky to win that. Like really lucky. If you know boxing and you're on a streak and you could just pick a match and let's say Danny Garcia, you pick to win, and Guerrero actually gets beat by Garcia, and for some reason they give it to Guerrero, you're screwed because judges are corrupt. I truly believe that these judges don't know what they're doing and what they're talking about. But that's messed up. 25 fights, right? You know how hard that is? 25 fights in a row. You have to pick without getting wrong in order to get, which was before, a 15-fight streak, hoodie, workout gear. I don't know if I'm going to do it. I'm going to be honest. 25 fights. I'm going to try. I'm going to go for it. I'll be lucky to get 10 right in a row. I mean, it's hard. It's difficult, especially with all the bad decisions. And let me see if my video is rendered. God, it's still going. So anyway, I figured I'd talk some boxing. So what else I'm going to talk about real quick? Oh, we got Pacquiao versus Bradley 3 coming up. That is an interesting fight. Do we care at this point? I don't know. I told you guys right here on this channel, hindsight's 2020. There's a lot of guys out there. They talk a good game after the fight. Oh, I knew that. I had the feeling. I told everyone right here on this channel before the fight ever took place that Manny Pacquiao, who I'm a fan of, would lose to Floyd Mayweather in a very boring, anticlimactic fight. I knew that was going to happen, and not many people did know that was going to happen. So for anyone that comes on here, when I'm wrong once in a while, to tell me you know nothing about boxing, yeah, all right, whatever. I got the proof to know that. I got the proof on this channel that shows you I do know something. I have some type of knowledge on boxing. When you pick 14 fights right in a row, forget all the other stuff I predicted right. You got to know something. There's no way anybody could pick 14 fights in a row, even 6 right in a row, and not know nothing about boxing. Sorry, and a lot of these guys that say that stuff, they write that stuff, they're just trolls because they have no prediction track record to speak of. But I don't get mad. This is just a hobby right here. It's funny, actually. I laugh sometimes when I read that. So what else can I talk about? Let's see what's going on real quick. I'm just going to fightnews.com real quick. Fight. Bear with me. This is live. Okay. So Guerrero makes weight. Danny Garcia. It's going to be interesting. That's in the headlines. Oh, I want to talk about Tyson Fury. He had something where they stripped him of the belt. They wanted him to do something real quick. I'd have to read it right now. I can't pull this up. I'd have to go. Okay, Tyson Fury lashes out. They basically told him that basically if he doesn't defend his title real quick, it's the IBF, right? Yep, that's right. He will have to make a mandatory challenge real quick, but they give the new guy, Charles Martin, who won last week, a whole year. But yet they wanted to strip Tyson Fury real quick unless he defended that title. Boxing's corrupt. Who gives a damn about that title? He's the linear champion. Someone said that. I don't know what I'm talking about because I said Deontay Wilder is not the real heavyweight champion. He's not. He doesn't have the linear title. Even after predicting Wilder would win that fight subsequently, I still say that he's not the heavyweight champion because he's not. It's just a fact. You can't argue with facts. The lineal champ is Tyson Fury. I never thought I'd be saying that. I'm laughing. Oh, that's funny. So that's what's up with that. Anyway, I'm a little distracted here. I got a lot going on. So I agree with Tyson Fury on that. And I do like Tyson Fury. He's a funny dude. He makes me laugh. He brings that whole entertainment value to boxing. He's crazy. He rolled up on Deontay Wilder after the fight. That was really funny. So what else we got going on? Oh, Yuri Boy Campus. Most of you don't probably know, unless you're a really hardcore fan. Yuri Boy Campus has been fighting forever. This dude was fighting in the 90s. He has a ridiculous knockout ratio. 105 fights, 17 losses, 81 KOs. This dude is fighting again for the last time. And who's he fighting? Anthony Basante. 34 wins, 12, and 18 KOs. That would be crazy. You know what? It'd be if Yuri Boy Campus has this final farewell fight and sticks to his guns. If he wins that fight, he'll probably be back. And it's just crazy like that. Boxing is weird. I mean, I could use an analogy. It's like boxing is a messed up sport. I guess any sport is. When you age, you have to retire. So you're used to all the attention, being on top of your game, just doing that for a living. I couldn't imagine like being a painter and then all of a sudden one day you turn a certain age and you can't paint anymore. I mean, just think about that, guys. Whatever you do for a living, and if you enjoy it, if you're blessed enough to enjoy what you're doing, like I love to edit and make films and stuff. One day if you wake up and you turn 32 and you just can't do it anymore, can you imagine how hard that must be? That's why guys like Roy Jones can't hang it up. Sometimes it's about money. They need the money still. Like Evander Holyfield kept fighting for years. He just retired like, what, 2 years ago? He's like, what, 50? Can you imagine how that must affect a man's psyche or a woman's, because it's women fighters now. That must mess you up. Like, wow, I can't fight anymore because I'm old. I don't have it. I can't pull the trigger. What do I do now? I mean, some boxers can have a commentating career, but a lot of them can't, unfortunately. It just doesn't work like that. And it's crazy. Speaking about commentating careers, Kevin Kelly, somebody put that man on. Actually got to chill with him twice in Vegas. I went out to Vegas. I met him. I forget which fight it was. Back in the day, Tua versus Bird. And I got to talking to him. And then I went back to Vegas on another trip, and I ran into him. I think he was walking through a casino. I'm like, yo, what up? So he's a really cool dude. Somebody give Kevin Kelly a chance out there. He's a great talker. He used to host like KO Boxing Nation or something like that back in the day on HBO. I don't know why he doesn't get a good gig at Showtime. Maybe on a Friday night. I'll take Kevin Kelly any day. Maybe on those Al Heyman shows, he can get something going. Give that dude a chance. He's well-spoken. He knows what he's talking about. And he's a great fighter. If you don't know who I'm talking about, put Kevin Kelly versus Nazim Hamed in. I think Kevin Kelly lost that fight because he was aging. Great fight. One of my top 10 favorite fights ever. That fight was dope. Kevin Kelly versus Nazim Hamed. Check it out. It's on YouTube for sure. I'll never forget that fight. I mean, he was this close to beating Hamed. Hamed was fun to watch, though. And he, just watch that fight. So what else I'm going to talk about before I bounce out of here? I might just delete this video after. We'll see. So let me see if anybody's actually – I don't even know how this works. I have one viewer. What's up, whoever you are? I can't even tell. Yeah, this was just like an impromptu boxing talk. So I'm about to leave. Yeah, if anybody's out there is watching this and you're waiting for one of my little ghost shorts or whatever, it'll be back. I'm working on something right now, and I got a lot going on, and I'm actually doing this video because I'm rendering something. I'm out for now, and I'm going to get into the show streak right now, too. I got some free time. I got to go research the fighters. I highly doubt. If I predict 25 fights in a row, you'll know about it. I mean, I'll definitely share my results with you guys. But like I said, you got to have Showtime. You got to pay for it. Be a paid subscriber to Showtime to get in on that contest. And you should if you're a Showtime member. All right, guys, I'm out. Peace.